Good morning, McDowell. I'm Kylie.
And I'm Zachary. And welcome to Trojans Today. On today's episode, we will take some cola taste tests with Kira before checking in on Lost and Found.
After that, Zach and I will give you a few ideas for activities this weekend, and Mandy and Justin will have some team talk.
Then, last, but definitely not least, Josh will introduce us to our four-legged guest on Fluffy Friday. But first, we'll take a look at this week's trivia. Call the number on the screen when you think you have the answer.
We all have preferences, but are they just in name? I'm Kira, and I'm here to find out. Welcome to Unbiased, Cola Edition. Let's meet this week's competitors. First up, we have Pepsi. Pepsi is 150 calories and has 41 grams of added sugars. The Pepsi company is actually located right here in Pennsylvania and is 63 miles away from McDowell. Next, we have Coca-Cola, the star product of the Coca-Cola Company. This company is famous for their Share a Coke initiative where they print names on their product. Hi, Joanna. Then we have Royal Crown Cola. The Monarch of Cola is one of our heavyweight competitors as it has 160 calories and has 42 grams of sugar. Our final competitor is Sam's Cola. This is one of many generic versions of cola. Our budget-friendly option also contains 160 calories and holds the highest sugar record at 43 grams. Now that we have our competitors, let's see what happens once we remove the labels.
My favorite type of soda is Coke. I used to be a Pepsi fan, but I don't know, Coke's just more, less airy. Pepsi tastes a lot sweeter than Coke in my opinion.
I would say Coca-Cola, I guess, because it normally tastes pretty good.
I like Pepsi because I grew up with it, and Coca-Cola's
And why?
I like Coca-Cola because it does taste really good. Like you can get them at restaurants almost anywhere.
I like Coca-Cola too because it tastes sweet.
That one's poison.
Not a fan of Let It Be either. They have this can, I'm drinking a can, but I guess they were in cans, so.
That tastes more boring.
Okay, yeah, C's not very good.
C's very bitter. I think it's Coke.
It's hard to tell because they're warm.
Oh, it's either Sam's or Coke because this is much sweeter. But I don't drink cola.
I think C is Sam's.
I just don't drink pop in general.
Me too.
I think that's Coke, but I don't know. I like the last one, D. I like the last one the best.
You're a fan of D?
I'm a fan of D. Fizzy and good. It's pretty good. And then D was kind of a little more subtle, and it had fizz on top of it, while the rest were kind of flat.
Okay, which one do you like the best?
B.
You both like B the best?
Yes.
Is it RC Cola?
It's the sweetest.
B is Coke.
B is Coke. You.
Yeah, B is Coca-Cola. Are you surprised you didn't get the soda you thought you
Why
had?
is it so sweet? What?
Did you pee in it?
I swear I didn't.
Hold up.
So for me, I like D the most.
I like B.
You like B? Okay, B is Coca-Cola and D is Pepsi. Alright, time for the reveal. Letter A is Sam's Cola.
Okay.
Letter B was Coke.
Aww.
Letter C is RC.
Okay.
And D is Pepsi.
Are you kidding me? That's crazy. It's so fizzy. What the heck? I've been lied to my whole life.
They sure seemed quite shocked. Now let's look at today's results. Only 40% of people lined up with their expectations. A lot can happen when you remove the labels. Thanks for joining me on Unbiased, Cola Edition. I'm Kira Smith, signing off for the Trojan News Network. Now over to Lost and Found.
Good morning, McDowell. I'm Anthony here with your Lost and Found. You lose it, we use it. Now, people, It's almost mid-quarter, and my patience is almost non-existent at this point. Plus, also, do you know how easy it is to steal from that bin? For example, me. Luckily, I'm going to return these items, though. First off is this belt. That's it. Just a belt. Out there in McDowell, someone is missing a belt. I question a lot from this, but I mostly question how quickly this person got dress coded if they needed this. The second item is this cross-country bag. Well, I don't know how you lose this considering you have practiced mostly every day, but more power to you, I guess. And last but not least is this jacket. Now, luckily, we're still kind of in 80-degree weather, but that just makes this even weirder. Like, I know the math commons are really cold, but seriously? Anyway, that's all. And that's all for today. Let's take this first week of fall to focus on priorities. Mainly, getting your stuff from the lost and found bin next to the focus room. Thank you, McDowell. Now back to desk.
Let's take a look at some weekend activities.
The Prep McDowell football game is tonight at 7 p.m. at Gus Anderson Field. Come cheer on the undefeated Trojans and watch the showdown as they face the biggest rival.
Also tonight, for those of you looking to get into the mood of October, there's a pumpkin walk at Waldemere, starting at 5:30 p.m. Walk a 1-mile trail with hundreds of jack-o'-lanterns and enjoy a fun night of spooks. This event is also open tomorrow night at the same time.
Recently, KFC, yes, the actual KFC, released a dating simulator. It's called I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator.
That may be ridiculous, but do you know what else is? The amount of time we spend on our phones. Let's have an eye-opening look at that next with Justin and Mandy.
Good morning, McDowell. My name is Mandy Berlin.
And I'm Justin Westmiller.
And we're here with your Teen Talk.
We as high schoolers are notorious for the amount of time that we spend on our phones. And that idea wasn't just pulled out of a hat.
I definitely spend too much time on my phone, but probably not to the extent that adults tell me I do.
I feel like I use mine a lot, but I still interact with everybody that's around me. Like when I hang out with friends, I don't use it as much, but definitely when I'm at home, I am on my phone a lot.
I actually have a friend who moved to India almost 3 years ago, and I still get to talk to her almost every day because we've just been able to stay connected, and it's because of technology. So I think my phone definitely has both a positive and a negative effect on my social life because I also get distracted by it and forget to actually talk to people.
I think that my phone has also a positive and a negative effect for me. A positive effect is being able to make plans with friends and just make an idea of when to hang out with friends very quickly and easily. But a negative effect might be at home, I'm on my phone talking to friends, and so I'm not in person talking to my family as much as I should be.
Over the next 5 days, we will be turning on the screen time setting on our iPhones to get a true gauge of how much time of our lives really takes place through the screens of our devices.
I think that I predict I'll probably spend 3.5 or 4 hours every day on my phone, which it sounds like a lot, but that's actually kind of low to what I've seen on other people's phones. And I think a couple of the apps that I'll be using the most is definitely YouTube, because I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and then Snapchat, because I talk to friends a lot, and TikTok.
My guess is that I'll probably spend upwards of 5 hours, which is probably bad. But just based on how much I use it in the day, even for, setting my alarms, checking the weather, checking my calendar, the things I do on a daily basis, as well as me doing things for entertainment. So I'll probably spend the most amount of time on Pinterest and Snapchat. I think those are the apps I probably use the most. And I think anyone who knows me wouldn't be surprised to hear that. So that's my guess.
Our final rule is that we will not be able to check our screen time tracker until the 5 days are complete.
Our time starts now.
See you in 5 days. Welcome back, McDowell.
Our 5 days are complete.
Let's take a look at our results. Alright, let's take a look at my results. So I actually predicted that I was going to have about 3.5 to 4 hours each day, and I was pretty close. I have an average of 3 hours and 4 minutes per day, which is actually a lot lower than I was expecting, and I'm glad because I remember like 2 years ago or something, I would have like 6 or 7 hour days on my phone, and it was like not a good thing to be happening, so I'm glad that it's not the same.
Alright, let's take a look at my results. Oh, okay. That's way less than I thought. That's actually way less than I thought I was going to use. I'm not surprised at all by my apps. I ended up spending an average of 2 hours and 45 minutes a day, and I predicted 5, so that was not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. In total, I spent 19 hours this week, which was a lot. I used my phone a lot Saturday, which makes sense because that was homecoming, so I was texting friends a lot about what they're wearing and their nails, all that good stuff. I was surprised because I ended up spending a lot less time than I thought I would, but I was not surprised at all by the apps I was using most, and that's it.
I think I was surprised most by also how much time I spent. Obviously, 3 hours and 5 minutes is a lot, but it's a lot less than I expected. And I wasn't really surprised by the apps I used most. I expected YouTube and Snapchat to probably be the top ones. Recently, I've been thinking about turning on my downtime, which is basically it's a software in your phone that you can set up to allow a certain amount of time on a certain app, or you can set a time that your phone turns off. And so I might turn it off at like 10:30 at night so that I can get some sleep.
I think that's a really good idea. I don't know how much my habits will really change, but I think I'll definitely be more conscious of it. Enjoy the time I do have on my phone, but be constantly reminding myself to put it away. Talk to people. Get your head out of the screen a little bit. Thanks for watching, McDowell.
Now on to more news.
Good morning, McDowell. I'm Josh here with Emily and Chandler from the Anna Shelter. Can you tell me more about Chandler?
You bet. If you grab him, I'll talk him. He is around 4 years old. Chandler came as a stray. We have just moved him up to the front, and he's one of the friendliest cats you will ever find. He's good with kids, good with other cats. I'll bet you he'll probably even be good with dogs if they're a cat-savvy dog. So he'd be a great addition to any family, along with any of the other 100-plus cats we have right now, 60-some dogs, a couple of adoption events coming up. So definitely keep an eye on our social media, our Facebook page, and our website if you want more information. But Chandler is good to go and would love a family of his own.
Thank you, Emily. If you'd like to learn more about Chandler or any of the animals at the Anna Shelter, check out their Facebook page or visit them inside their building. Now back to desk.
The answer of this week's trivia was that, according to Massachusetts law, it is illegal to scare a pigeon. Broadcasting from the basement of MIHS, I'm Kylie.
And I'm Zach. This has been your Trojans Today.